When you think of Premier League greats, one name inevitably glides into the conversation: Thierry Henry. He wasn't just a striker, he was an artist, a force of nature who redefined what a forward could be. Explosive pace, balletic grace, a finish so cool it bordered on arrogant. For years, he was the undisputed king of English football, the man defenders had nightmares about. The sight of him, socks pulled high over his knees, bursting down the left channel before opening up his body to curl one into the far corner became his trademark. It was a move everyone knew was coming, yet almost no one could stop. But time moves on, and new legends emerge. The debate rages on in pubs, on podcasts, and across social media. Where does Henry truly stand in the pantheon of all-time greats? We hear the names thrown around: Messi, Ronaldo, Pelé, Maradona. The question we must ask is a serious one. Does Thierry Henry belong in that same hallowed company? It's a debate that divides opinion, but one that deserves a proper, evidence-based look. Let's start with the bread and butter of any great forward: the goals. Thierry Henry's career statistics are, frankly, staggering. Across his club career, 360 goals in 792 appearances. Most of those came at Arsenal. He became Arsenal's all-time leading scorer, 228 goals. That is not just a club record, it is a monument. For France, 51 goals in 123 caps. He was France's top scorer for a long time until Olivier Giroud. These aren't just good numbers, they're elite. But he wasn't just a scorer. He created for others. It's what set him apart. 177 club assists in his career. 2002-03 Premier League, 24 goals. 2002-03 Premier League, 20 assists. That season's dual threat was terrifying for defenders. He could beat you one-on-one or find a teammate. He was the complete attacker. Trophies, the ultimate team measure. At Arsenal, 2 Premier League titles, including the Invincibles. At Arsenal, 2 FA Cups. At Barcelona, 2 La Liga titles. At Barcelona, a Copa del Rey. Now for the big comparison. How does Henry's record stack up against the Mount Rushmore of football? Split-screen career trophy cabinets of Henry, Messi, Ronaldo, Pelé, Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo. Their goal-scoring numbers are, to be blunt, from another planet. Messi, over 800 career goals. Ronaldo, over 800 career goals. Henry, 411 total career goals. Doesn't get close. They have also dominated the Ballon d'Or award in a way no one has ever done before. In a straight statistical shootout on goals, Henry falls short. But football is more than just raw numbers. It's about influence and era-defining talent. Henry had that influence in spades. Pelé, Diego Maradona. Pelé's goal record is the stuff of legend. Claims over 1,000, official numbers closer to 767. He also has 3 World Cups to his name. Maradona scored fewer goals than Henry, 345 in his career. But his legacy is built on moments of pure, unadulterated genius, dragging Argentina to the 1986 World Cup. You cannot discuss Thierry Henry without focusing on his time at Arsenal. It was more than a successful period, it was a transformation. He arrived as a talented but struggling winger from Juventus and, under the guidance of Arsene Wenger, was molded into the most feared striker on the planet. He became the focal point, the talisman, the captain of a team that played some of the most beautiful football the English league has ever seen. Highbury became his stage, and he was the lead performer every single week. He wasn't just a player for Arsenal, for a generation of fans, he was Arsenal. His crowning achievement was undoubtedly the 2003-2004 season, the Invincibles. Going an entire 38-game league season unbeaten is a feat so monumental it's unlikely we'll ever see it repeated in the Premier League, and Henry was the driving force. He scored 30 league goals that season, leading from the front with a mixture of breathtaking skill and ruthless efficiency. He instilled a belief in that squad that they could not be beaten. His influence went beyond goals, it was his swagger, his confidence. So, after looking at the goals, the trophies, and the sheer unadulterated magic, where do we land on Thierry Henry? Does the data support his inclusion in the greatest of all time conversation? The answer, as is often the case in football, is nuanced. If the GOAT debate is purely a numbers game, then consider the astronomical figures of Messi, Ronaldo, and Pelé's 3 World Cups. In that rarefied air, Henry is likely on the outside looking in. However, broaden the conversation to a pantheon of the greatest players, and Thierry Henry's case becomes undeniable. He is a World Cup winner, a Champions League winner, and the architect of the single greatest season in Premier League history. He dominated one of the toughest leagues in the world, winning the Golden Boot 4 times. What the statistics sometimes fail to capture is the feeling a player gave you. And Henry gave you a feeling of excitement and inevitability every time he got the ball. Blistering pace, effortless grace, and a deadly finish. He was quite simply magnificent.